the Charter Arms Police Undercover 38 Special. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Biopilot Arms. Today we are reviewing the Charter Arms Police Undercover 38 Special 6-shot revolver. The Police Undercover is made from 7075 aircraft aluminum, which gives it a weight of 16 ounces. It sports a 2.2-inch barrel and has 6 shots in the cylinder, unlike the 5 of some of their other models. Now, the gun features a anodized and stainless steel finish, complete with a rubber hand grip that really melts right into your fingers. And I know, before you guys ask, forgive the windiness if I'm not able to edit it out. It is simply just too windy out here in this beautiful day of Texas. It is overcast, cloudy, and might rain a little bit later in 40-degree weather. Beautiful day in Texas. Anyway, guys, today we're talking about this revolver here, and it has to be one of the guns that I carry the most, honestly. I really like this gun for concealed carry for multiple different reasons. Number one is, yes, during the winter, can I carry something like this? Sure. And yes, this one has a 17-round mag, but when it gets to be summertime, I want something a little bit smaller that's easily concealable. See, I can carry a full-size gun with a coat or even a very large t-shirt, but when I'm out there in a tank top wearing a belly band, I really can't use a full-size gun, especially considering the full-size grips are usually just a little bit too big. And that's where this comes in. See, this gun right here is one of the guns that I can conceal very easily. Number one, first and foremost, it is small in size, but can still pack a big punch because it is a 38. And it has a good rubber grip with these finger grooves, so that way I can get a nice purchase on the gun when I draw it out of the holster. Third is I can make contact shots. If I need to, I can draw the gun in, press it right up to a target, and fire without jamming the gun at all. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, well, modern day semi-automatic slide-driven firearms don't really jam when you do a contact shot, and you would be right. Yes, for a majority of the time they won't, but this will never have that problem. Now, today we're going to be shooting 158 grain full metal jacket, 755 feet per second, and we're going to be doing the DP penetration test. Dr. Pepper penetration test, of course. Firing! So as you guys can see, man, that thing punched right through this can and just obliterated it. I mean, it split it wide open and popped everything straight back at me. Actually, I'm all soaked now. But it's interesting how it split along the seam. I guess I lined it up just right on the table. Anyway, one of the other things that I like about this gun is it's got that little bit of kick, and that's probably because of the 158 grain bullets. Now, this actual gun kind of takes into account that kickback, that recoil, and you can see here this angled front sight. Now, when you aim this gun, you actually want to tilt it slightly downward to align the apex of this point with the back sights, and I'll show you what that looks like. Now, you can see if I hold this, let me see if I can get it lined up. If I hold this straight up and down, you can see that the front sight is not straight aligned. What you have to do is slightly tilt it down to get it in line with those rear sights. That slight downward tilt accounts for the recoil. So this gun is actually built so that way you don't even have to think about the recoil when you line up the sights. Now, obviously, I'm not saying don't actively account for the recoil and think about it. You still have to present and squeeze. But with that being said, it still helps out somebody who may not be particularly familiar with the slightly more recoil of a 38 versus, let's say, a 22 or 9mm. So that is why I particularly like this gun, especially because it does not have a spring system inside of it. And so you're not getting that transfer of energy into a movement of the slide, or in the case of a rifle, a buffer or something like that. There is no release of energy into anything except your wrists and your arms. So that's why I particularly like that feature. Now, the other thing that I don't really particularly like about this is that the double action on it is a little stiff. As you can see, it's a little difficult to pull. Now, in double action, it's 10 pounds, and in single action, it's 3.5 pounds. So, for the most part, females that fire this gun can get away with pulling the hammer back and releasing the trigger, 3.5 pound pull weight. But every female that I have had fire this firearm has a difficult time doing the double action on it. Now, it's not that difficult for me. I mean, I can actually sit here and pull it like that with one finger pretty easily. Like, my girlfriend does not like this. And every female that I've ever had shoot this gun does not really like this. So, I would say that this particular gun is not good for females, unless you're like a bodybuilder or something, or you have really good grip strength. Now, most of the females that I've had shoot this gun just tend to not like it, mostly because of the trigger pull weight and the slightly more recoil than my 9mm or a 22 or anything like that. So I would not advise this particular firearm for anybody who really wants to get something for their girlfriend, their wife, something like that. This is not that gun. But as far as that goes, I actually quite like this gun. Like I said, I usually carry an appendix, and I really like this rubber grip here with the finger grooves. It really lets me get that nice seal on my fingers, and this gun just doesn't move anywhere. One of the other things that I like about this gun is you can see I haven't really cleaned this thing in a long time. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of dirty, and yet it still runs. I love it because this thing can get pretty dirty and it will still run. You can see here that I've got quite a bit of dirt and debris on this firearm, all over it, and yet this thing will still run, no questions asked. In fact, I'll show you. Firing! Now, we've all seen what the bullets can do, but you know what I'm wondering? The gap. You see, you're not supposed to put your fingers right here when you fire because gases in a revolver expand outward from this edge of the cylinder. See, in a normal firearm like my Beretta or a rifle, all of that is contained in the chamber and all of it goes out the barrel. But on a revolver, it also comes out the sides here where the gap is between the cylinder and the barrel. Now, I'm wondering, is that enough to DP? Let's see. Oh man, I just know I'm gonna get so wet doing this. I know I'm gonna get so wet doing this, assuming that it actually works, but let's see if it does. All right, DPing in 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow. I really thought it would do it. Wow, okay. Okay, so I'm surprised, guys. I really did think that it would actually, like, penetrate, and it didn't. It just really marked it up. I'm surprised. I really thought that it would. Pretty much intact. Ah! Oh, man. Oh, I'm going to have to clean this thing off. Oh, that tastes good. Oh, geez. I'm going to have to clean this thing off, man. Ugh. Oh, it's going to be sticky. So that's the contact shot one. Nice. Oh, Jesus. That DP was sticky, and I don't have a rag. So now that you guys have seen it in action, you could probably pick one up for about a little over $400. It's really not that expensive of a handgun, though I will say for $400, I think I'd probably go with like another, striker fired pistol that holds more. But if you like a revolver, this is not an unreasonably priced revolver. It has gone up in price. I remember when I got this, I actually picked this up from a pawn shop for $250. And at the time, I believe it retailed for about $350. So I got a decent deal on it. But now it retails for just over $400, which still is not that unreasonable, but it's a little pricey for what it is, I think, at least for right now. Though I do like the handgun, I am glad that I got it on a deal from a pawn shop because I don't know that I dropped $400 on this. especially if, my girlfriend can't shoot it. Only I can shoot it because of that trigger weight. Though I will say that if you can find it on a deal from a pawn shop, not a bad buy. Not a bad buy at all. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you have this gun? Do you like this gun? Do you think that this is worth a $400-ish price tag or not? Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys for watching. Do all of the algorithm things for me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Check, check. Check, check. Oh, shit.